Yeah, yeah, come on with it.
Where are you going fishing?
I'm not, what the are you doing, man? Why is your hand on your gun? You do not have the right to run my fishing license. Okay. You can't even check my fishing license. Here you fucking face hole.
Police officers often find it easy to intimidate and harass ordinary citizens over minor issues, but things take a sharp turn when they are up against a well-informed auditor, just like in today's cases where these sharp 200 IQ auditors stood their ground and completely outclassed the corrupt cop. In April of 2025, YouTuber and auditor The Armed Fisherman was legally open carrying as he was headed to fishing, when a female deputy from the Brevard Sheriff's Office stopped him and tried to intimidate him over his lawful activity.
What are we doing?
I don't answer questions.
Are you going fishing?
I don't know. What do you think?
Stop.
Oh, am I being detained? Am I being detained? Does it matter?
Yeah.
Or come on, let's be realistic. No. Do you think I'm going fishing?
I'm asking you questions.
You can ask me all the questions you want, but I don't have to answer them. Am I good to go?
No, not yet. Do you have ID on you?
I don't answer questions and I don't give ID because you're not qualified to get my ID.
Okay.
So can I just go about my day?
No, why are you walking?
Because I'm going, because what do you think I'm going doing?
I don't know, so if you could tell me that.
I'm going fishing. Are you going to leave me alone now?
Where's your fishing?
Okay, good. If you don't know what it is, you're not qualified. Ma'am, don't be a DEI hire right now. Leave me alone. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not harming anybody.
Where are you going fishing?
Does it matter?
Yes.
It doesn't.
It does.
As long as I'm going to a club. Man, look at her. Yeah, come on out, guys. Come on.
Backup arrived in no time, and you will be shocked to realize that 9 officers ganged up on this auditor simply for exercising his constitutional right. To make matters worse, one of the deputies even resorted to using unlawful force against him.
Where are you going fishing?
Yeah, come on with it.
Where are you going fishing?
I'm not, what the are you doing, man? Why is your hand on your gun?
Dude, that's not even a real gun.
You think it's not a real gun?
I know it's not a real gun.
Look at it. Dude,
it's not real.
It's real. Look, it's not real.
All right, move your head.
Hey, it's not gonna come off.
Hold on.
Just hold on, man. Hold on.
Relax.
Hold on.
Relax.
Hold on. I'm not.
I know who you are. I know who you are.
You know who I am,
yes.
and you're sitting here doing this.
All right.
Hold
For
on.
my safety and yours, it's coming off.
All right, you're open and carrying.
I'm taking. Thank you.
All right. Are you claiming that you're coming to and from fishing?
Look.
That's what he's claiming, but I don't know what that is.
Where's your fishing license?
It's in my ID.
All right, where's that at?
Under 379.35. Under Florida statute, you do not have the right to run my fishing license. Okay. You can't even check my fishing license. So call FWC at this point.
We can't check.
Call FWC.
Okay.
Call them.
We can check your license.
Technically, hey.
No, you cannot.
The auditor was correct, as according to the statute, only an FWC officer has the authority to inspect his license. Even worse, these deputies didn't seem to grasp the basic difference between themselves and a commissioned FWC officer.
You have to understand.
Hey, talk to me.
Okay.
Right, so listen, I just listened to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. For you to fall under the statute that you claim to have.
379.354. Correct.
Hold on. You have to have a valid Florida fishing license.
I do.
Or a hunting license.
I do.
All right. Now, since you're claiming that that's why you have open carry, you have to provide that so we know that it's true.
To the right authority.
We can enforce.
Hold on. Are there definite? Hold on.
Listen to me.
I listen to you. Listen to me.
I'm not done talking yet.
Okay. Come on.
We can enforce fishing laws just like FWC.
You cannot.
Yes, we can.
And I'm gonna. After you're done, I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay. Under 379.001, the definitions, it says what a commissioned officer is. What a commissioned officer is a FWC officer. You are not an FWC officer, sir. And none of you here are an FWC officer, correct?
If we can enforce the same laws.
Call FWC, man. I'm not running from you. I'm not going to do anything. I was just happily walking. Hold on. I just want to, just so I can pull it up, I just wanted to see how far away I am. I'm 0.9 miles away from where I was going fishing. 0.9 miles. I'm a mile away from where I was going fishing.
What type of fishing were you going to do?
And you couldn't answer that question.
Okay. All right.
Because you don't understand friggin' fishing.
I said I don't know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't understand what kind of fishing.
What is it? I know what it is. Explain it to me.
It's a friggin' crab net, dude.
Okay. And where's your bait?
It's in the bag that you guys took off of me.
These tyrants had already tossed his property to the ground, clearly unaware of the basic laws surrounding open carry. What followed was a much-needed humbling for these clueless officers.
My bait is in that fucking bag. That is what I'm going to go fishing with. And you stop me, all these... name and badge number, please.
829. My name is...
Right here? Is that what you're going to say?
The pill. It's right there.
All right.
So you can see it.
I'm not being aggressive. Yours?
It's Mason 1236.
Thank you. I'm not being aggressive.
Right, 4757.
You guys just can't get past the fact that I'm doing something lawful. All I was doing is carrying my firearm lawfully, and your feelings, or whoever's feelings were hurt that called you, and then you come out here ready to pull guns on people?
I did not pull a firearm on you.
Who pulled a gun on me?
Right.
Yeah, you fucking piece of fucking shit.
Yeah. Anytime I see somebody that has a firearm, I'm gonna pull one on.
Oh, my feelings. Oh, my feelings. Oh, my feelings are so hurt. You fucking pussy. I didn't do anything to anybody. I was just walking on my merry way.
And you wouldn't.
And I told you I didn't have to.
I don't have to answer to you.
901-151 states that if I'm suspected of a crime, committed a crime, or about to commit a crime, I was walking on. I don't have to
carrying in a public place.
You
do.
Okay.
Have to show proof that you're
I do not.
fishing the whole night.
I do not.
But you do.
Not under Florida law. Not under.
State of Florida.
Miss Mason.
It's Deputy Mason.
Miss Mason.
It's Deputy Mason.
I don't give a what you want to call it. You're a piece of fucking shit.
Great. I don't care.
You don't care. I care.
I don't care.
You were supposed.
Your opinion.
Every one of you were supposed to uphold and defend my rights, and here you are with my firearm unloaded.
My safety and your safety.
Your safety. I don't give a about your safety.
They fell back on the same tired excuse of officer safety, but it didn't take long for these clueless deputies to realize their mistake. Now scrambling to save face, they tried to brush it off, but the armed fisherman was not letting it slide.
To violate me, and then you pulled a gun on me, so...
There was no gun pointed at you.
Shut up. That's the best thing for you. You guys got body cams here?
No.
Well, it looks like you got one. She doesn't have one.
We don't have body cams at this age.
It looks like he's got one.
Yeah, 'cause you're an idiot, and that's a report.
Because I'm an idiot.
That's another body cam.
Okay, perfect. I'm an idiot, right?
I just said that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Hey, well.
I don't care.
You don't care.
Right, 4757. Brevard County.
I don't give a sh.
I'm letting you know.
I don't give a sh.
For YouTube, just YouTube.
Just for YouTube. Yeah, all y'all might want to back the f off and leave me the f alone. Hi, ass. There's nothing you guys are going to be able to do right now. Nothing.
On top of this, the auditor also revealed how the officers were committing a misdemeanor crime of harassing the individual by unlawfully detaining him. And now the auditor was completely dominating the officers and laughing at them.
Every one of you are in the commission of a misdemeanor. Because there's under 379.105, harassment of fishermen or hunters. I am going fishing. You are sitting here harassing me, and I'm just trying to go about my and you guys are stopping me. Look up 379.105. Why would I know the statute more than you know the statute? Why would I know the statute more than you do? Because I do this. across the state of Florida. And obviously you all know who I am. I'm the armed fisherman. I'm the armed fisherman. I go around the state of Florida open carrying. And here you are stopping the guy open carrying while going fishing. I'm not going away. I'm not running because you got my property. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not running away from this. You're going to look really stupid, Miss Mason. Your deputy. Oh, I'm Deputy Mason. Can I get my property back? I'm not running from you. I'm trying to go fishing.
My supervisor says otherwise, no.
Well, dude, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many? 8. There's 8 in there. You got 8 people here and nobody can figure out, nobody knows the law? That people know that the armed fisherman goes around the state of Florida open carrying, and here you are stopping the armed fisherman.
Finally, after detaining him and unlawfully snatching his belongings for almost 15 minutes, the officers decided to let him go. Well, this got quite a reaction from the auditor, who had some words for these cops.
Ah, f*** you f***ing facehole. Ha 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 ha. Shut up.
Necessary.
It's necessary. You know something? It is necessary because you know something? You guys have...
Keep your hand out of my face, please.
I'm not putting my hand in your face. You guys, every one of...
You're good to grab your firearm, you're good to go.
However you want to...
Still be walking up and in with you, go straight to your fishing spot.
I was on my way to my fishing spot, you dumb sh**.
Do you want me to hold it while you...
You can throw it in there. Here, I'm gonna help you out, and when every one of you leave... When everyone, hold on. Hey, I'm gonna wait till every one of you leave so that you feel comfortable.
You can go.
I know. I was on my way until you guys stopped me. Yeah. Negro, you should have stood up for my rights, man. You know, civil rights, man. Civil rights, right? Civil rights, dude. You joined this force to say, hey, I would swear and uphold, defend the Constitution. I am going to pick up my stuff, man. I just want to, after you leave, I'm going to reload my firearm. But we should have stood up for each other.
Approaching us, walk away.
You cunt-face whore.
It was totally bizarre to see how these cops had no sense of the law and accountability. But credit where it is due, the auditor stood his ground and delivered a lesson they won't forget anytime soon. Well, if you thought that auditor was tough, just wait. This next one takes things to a whole new level.
Why are you coming up on me like that, man?
You're not going to record me, so if you put that away, then we'll discuss.
Veteran auditor Sean Paul Reyes visited the Suffolk County Traffic Violations Bureau, a place long rumored to be filled with corruption and led by a questionable police chief. As he began filming inside, it did not take long for the so-called enforcers to swarm in, trying to shut him down.
Put that down. Whoa, back away from me, man.
Put that down.
What are you doing?
Let's go.
Back away. Back away. This is not. I'm not in a courtroom. I'm not in a courtroom. Who are you?
Yeah.
Why are you coming up on me like that, man? I'm not in any courtroom or I'm not in a courtroom or anything. I'm not in a restricted area. This is a public area.
I'm just asking you not to film.
But this is a public area. I'm not.
In the area.
Yes, I'm in a public area. This is a public area.
There's no filming in the area. Let's go.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to get. Listen, are you security guard or law enforcement? Are you security guard or law enforcement, sir? Can I get your name? Badge number 117. Hey, how you doing? Are you a supervisor here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just taking some pictures and video. I'm a journalist.
Sure, come on with this way. I'm going to show you the sign.
Yeah, well, let me see the sign. Sure, no problem.
So you probably, I'm going to ask you to nicely to please shut this off and then read the sign and then determine how you want to proceed.
So what rules of the chief judge? Are you law enforcement?
Step back.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for five security guards.
Read the sign and then stop recording.
Are you law enforcement, sir?
Yes.
You're law enforcement?
I'm going to ask you to read the sign.
Are you public safety?
And I'm going to ask you to read the sign. And
rules of the chief judge. Electronic recording and audiovisual coverage in court facilities, court proceedings. Yeah, of court proceedings.
The officers quickly grouped up, clearly trying to intimidate him into backing down. But Sean stood firm, calmly asserting his rights and refusing to let them enforce baseless rules driven by signs and personal feelings instead of the law.
Where's the actual order? This is just the sign. Where's like an order from the judge?
Is the order. From the chief judge, right there.
Yeah, the chief judge of where?
So once again, you're in a courthouse.
Yeah.
You've read the sign. You've seen no video, no photographers, no recording.
What's the law, though?
I can call a police officer and a deputy sheriff if you'd like me to. What can I do to assist you?
I mean, you could definitely call law enforcement. I would love for you to call law enforcement because I would like for you to get educated. This is not a law. These are policies, sir. Can I get your name?
Sure, Captain Ray.
Captain Wright?
Ray.
Captain Ray.
Yes.
Yeah, these are policies, and this officer here tried to come at me from behind and put his hands on me.
Oh, he tried to put his hands on you?
Yeah, he tried. I had to back up and put my hand to block him.
So anyway, how can I help you
Security
today?
officers and public safety.
How can I help you today?
Security officers and public safety like yourself are here to observe and report, sir. They're not here to put. You're not here to put your hands on anybody, man. That's not okay.
So what can I do to help you today?
That's not okay. You're public safety.
What can I do to help you today?
I'm not a danger of the public safety. Yes, I am recording. So I'm a journalist. I have a First Amendment right to record in publicly accessible areas.
Okay, but
I'm
not
gathering
here. This is a
content.
courthouse. The signs are very clear.
I'm not in a courtroom.
Do you have business here today?
I'm not in a courtroom. Yes, I do.
Well, it says if you actually read the sign, office or hallway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you.
So where's the courtrooms?
So I'm going to ask you.
Where's the
nicely.
courtrooms? Is this the hallway of a courtroom?
Finally, a law enforcement officer was called in, and as expected, Sean took him to the cleaners as well.
Yeah, I'm just a First Amendment, I'm a First Amendment advocate. I'm a journalist. I'm not in, there's no courtrooms around here where I'm at. These are publicly accessible areas. I'm just working on a story, gathering content for a story. Peacefully, I'm not bothering anybody, and they're making a big deal about it.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to accomplish exercising my rights without being told to stop. That's really what I'm trying to accomplish.
Mind so I can welcome me out here real quick?
I mean,
I'd be happy to talk with you. Can you report me all you want?
I mean, we could talk, but I don't want to talk out there unless you're going to. No, I'm just recording all the signage here and all the public documents that are inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not anywhere near any courtrooms. Nowhere near courtroom. No, not even in them.
I showed this gentleman all the signs and asked him to read it.
Yeah, but these aren't the law. These aren't the law, though. These aren't the law, sir. These are signs. These are policies.
These policies of what the building is asking you of.
Yeah, they're policies. I have a right. This is a public building. I have the right to be in this public building. And just because I'm recording shouldn't restrict my access to the public building. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not interrupting any courtrooms. I'm not breaking the law.
They have a sign up here for a reason.
I understand it's a policy, but they also, sir, deputy, they also had signs once upon a time that said people of a certain skin color couldn't come into an establishment, correct? Were those signs acceptable? Just because it's on a sign.
Can we talk over here? So
I'd rather.
Over here?
I'll get out the way. We can come over here.
Come over here. Just follow me over here.
We can come over here.
All right. So what are you trying to do? Besides just record?
I'm just recording in publicly accessible areas. That's all I'm doing. And if you are going to violate my rights in any way, you let me know that, and I'll take it up with the proper venue. If you're going to arrest me for any reason,
I was going to arrest you.
I would hope not. I'm not breaking the law.
Sean stood his ground, but the corrupt officer threatened him with arrest, forcing him to leave the building. Months later, a leadership change brought in a new pro-Constitution chief named Brian Brown. To see if things had truly changed, Sean returned to the building, and this time also seeking to address 4 unlawful tickets that were issued against him.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
What'd they do? They gave you tickets from front, back?
So they gave me a ticket for each window. I drive an SUV. Ma'am. I'm sorry. I drive an SUV, and the back 2 windows, according to the motor vehicle traffic law, the back 2 windows of an SUV could be of any darkness.
Okay.
So he gave me one
What's
ticket.
on your phone? Are you about to show me something?
No. I don't need to show you
I thought
anything.
you were going to show me something.
No.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of okay, I'm just going to change it from 1.
Right. Yeah. I appreciate that, ma'am. But you said you would get dismissed 3 of them and charge me for 1 tin ticket. They're all unlawful. So I would just ask for time to get an attorney at that point and go to trial. My window tints.
Can I put my phone down because I feel like you're videoing me.
Can I put my phone down?
Yeah, because I feel like you're videoing me.
I video.
That's why I moved over here.
Oh, okay. Are you a public servant? I record all my engagement, all my interactions with public servants.
You're not going to record me, so if you put that away, then we'll discuss.
Ma'am, I just record all my interactions for transparency and accountability with.
I'm not going to do that though.
Why not?
So it's a $280 fine. Can you pay that today?
Isn't the director here pro-Constitution, Brian Browns, right?
August 7th.
He's pro First Amendment.
Yeah.
I was told that the director here encourages
Just give us a moment.
constitutional activities.
You can have a seat, please.
Sure, no problem. No problem.
The woman again noticed the camera and refused to assist Sean while he was recording. However, after he reminded her of the new chief and updated policy, she promptly backed down and proceeded to serve him as requested.
So what the prosecutor tried to do was get me to agree to a plea bargain where I plead guilty. She takes away 3 of the tickets and leaves me only with 1. But I'm not willing to do that because they're retaliatory tickets from Sergeant Mio for exercising my First Amendment right. 2 of them are outright unlawful, and the other 2 are not correct either. They're not lawful either. He didn't use a tint meter to gauge the light passing through. My tints are legal.
Okay. All right. So you have 4 tint tickets.
Right.
3 of them I'm going to dismiss, and the other one I'm going to drop the fine for you to 105.
I appreciate that,
Is that
ma'am.
acceptable?
I appreciate that, ma'am. It's more than just the money for me. It's about the principle. This officer gave me these tickets in retaliation for we had a previous interaction before he pulled me over that he didn't like, where I was recording him, and he didn't like it, so he pulled me over for the tints. My tints are legal. The back 2 windows can be any darkness. So I would just like to consult an attorney if I can get a date, so I can consult an attorney about moving forward.
That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
That's fine. So just have a seat.
I appreciate you. Negotiating the plea for me, but it's a principle thing, not a money thing. Thank you, ma'am.
That's totally
Thank you,
fine.
ma'am. Appreciate
So
it.
just have a seat.
Yep.
And we'll get that date for you.
No problem. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
August 26th, okay?
August 26th. Thank you, ma'am.
You can come before that date if you want. You
Okay.
don't have to wait if you're not married to that date.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you so much. Have a great day, okay? Take care. So we have a new date here, August 26th. Hey, how are you guys? Good.
Sean received his court date and, after a recording for a few minutes, noticed the absence of unconstitutional signs. The environment had significantly improved, and it is fair to say that Sean played a major role in that change. Things soon took a turn for the worse as the following auditor exposed these corrupt officers.
What are you touching? Put it down. Why are you touching? Why are you touching? Put it down. You came to me.
Cops are often at the mercy of auditors, individuals who bravely stand their ground, armed with a thorough understanding of the law. Today we'll dive into moments where these auditors absolutely destroyed corrupt officers, exposing their ignorance and holding them accountable. We'll start with Sean Reyes, the brave auditor who was filming in the Nassau County Courthouse when the police were called and came over to intimidate him.
According to the law enforcement officer, of course of her duty.
Hello, sir.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Do you mind if I get your names and badge numbers?
Officer Goldberg, 4682. Okay.
And your name?
Officer Bastinho, 4624.
Thank you.
At this time, you are being arrested. Okay, you're trespass banned from this location, so please put your hands behind your back. Okay.
How am I trespass banned?
There's multiple reports about you. Okay, please put your hands behind your back.
How am I? I'm not going to resist you. I'm not resisting in any way. I'm not.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
not going to resist in any way.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not resisting you. When was I trespass banned?
In no time, the corrupt cops went over to arrest him, claiming that he was trespassed from the property. Sean kept recording them from his glasses, exposing these pigs.
I have nothing that can hurt you.
Thank you so much.
Maybe the camera.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
Check and verify.
I just want to make it really clear that this is an unlawful arrest. I never knew I was trespassed from here, and you have to give me the notice that I was trespassed from here before you can arrest me for it. But do what you need to do. I'm sure it doesn't say it anywhere.
Title 22, Subtitle A, Chapter Part 29. Okay, that's why you're being arrested. And these are the 2 reports.
Title 22. What is that?
Title 22, it's for the video reporting inside that building and not being allowed to.
Sean was illegally arrested for filming inside a public building. Clearly, these pigs have no clue about the Constitution, and Sean has a chance to file another lawsuit against them.
Were you aware that your police commissioner was arrested for police brutality, official misconduct, and perjury? Were you aware of that?
No.
You weren't? Yeah, he was. Doesn't seem like the nicest guy. Tell Ryder I said hi. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah,
the door closed.
Sorry about that. My supervisor's just coming right now to talk to you, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem.
Just to make sure everything looks the way it's supposed to, and then...
Yeah, I don't think it does.
Okay. I know you don't, because, yeah.
I don't think it does.
Okay, no problem.
Doesn't sound like a law that I could be arrested under, but we'll see. I mean, you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, I think you guys were supposed to tell me to leave first and then arrest me when I wasn't left. That's what I'm thinking is supposed to happen.
I understand.
The supervisor arrived and seemed afraid of him despite knowing Sean was handcuffed. He kept warning his partners about Sean's recording as if it were a crime.
Well, we'll wait till you take him out. Okay. Is his cameras and everything off or what?
Close his phone. We should turn off his phone. I don't know.
Turn it off if you can.
Marth told me that he was live streaming it.
Well, does he have? What does he have? Glasses or anything on? Does he have glasses?
He's got glasses.
Maybe the glass. Maybe there's video up on his glasses or something. Take a good look. All right. Thank you. All right. So if that's the case, you'll take his glasses off and then you can turn. Well, however you have to do it. Okay. But and make sure he's not. Did he have anything else on his body taping?
He's got nothing else. He's just got a T-shirt on.
All right. So maybe I don't know about these glasses. I'm not tech savvy. So just checking the stuff. You and Craig will take them in. I'm going to stay here with these guys. We'll get this ball rolling. No problems, right? Everything good?
Ultimately, Sean was taken to the detention center where he was booked and locked up.
Yeah, we'll do a complete search when we get everything set up.
The height of police corruption was caught on their body cam during Sean's booking. The sergeant who had arrived earlier physically harassed and threatened another auditor trying to film him.
Hi, how are you? You can put it down. Put it down.
What are you touching?
Put it down.
Why are you touching?
You can tape it.
Why are you touching?
Put it down.
You came to me.
Don't put it in my face.
You came to me.
Put your hands down.
Don't
Put your
come
hands
to me.
down. Walk.
You came to
I'm
me.
in the middle of something.
I'm walking.
You walk that.
I'm walking.
Walk.
You don't fucking put your fucking hands on me.
You don't put that in my face.
I didn't put it in your face. I was walking.
Don't put it in my face. Put it down.
Again, you're grabbing.
Keep it down.
Don't fucking grab.
Keep it down. Keep your camera down. Not in my face. I don't know what you're going to... That's fine. That's good. You could do that.
Do this too.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Okay. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go inside.
Okay. Sarge?
My name is Sergeant Muchow.
And what's your... It's 692?
Yes.
You got a problem with your fucking hand? Huh? You got a problem with your fucking hand?
Sir. No, I don't.
That's enough.
That's enough. Let him talk. Let him talk. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It is unclear why these cops have an issue with being recorded when it is neither illegal nor unlawful. Shortly after, the officers muted their body cams and conspired against Sean. He was later released and plans to file a lawsuit against the officers and the city. Moving on, these corrupt cops had to make up fake laws to arrest this auditor.
Now you guys see I got one hand on my camera.
1,
Whoa.
2,
Don't shoot me.
You're under arrest.
Whoa.
In July 2016, First Amendment Auditor Deontay Valentine was filming the public parking lot of the South Carolina Police Department when an officer came over and confronted him.
What's your name and badge number?
I'm Corporal Shradd at the Rear Police Department. How are you?
I'm all right.
Okay. Is there any reason why you're videotaping? I'm just curious. You're not in any kind of trouble and nothing here other than we got called and told that you were walking around the parking lot. So, any particular reason for it? No, you're not going to answer? So we're just going to have to stare off because I'm recording you and you're recording me? Is that what we're going to do? Do you have your ID on you?
Have I done anything wrong?
Well, you're recording suspicious activity, which puts this into a category of suspicious activity, which means that Terry versus Ohio, I can detain you until I can determine or deny that there's criminal activity.
Terry v. Ohio says suspicious activity is not enough for reasonable cause for ID.
There's already a call on it, so yes.
So suspicious activity, is that a felony or misdemeanor?
That's a misdemeanor.
No, it's not.
The auditor rightfully decided to be quiet for the first half, letting the cop speak what he wanted to. Imagine the level of this officer who doesn't even know suspicion alone is not reasonable articulable suspicion to detain somebody.
I can't believe you just sat here and lied.
Go ahead and give me your ID.
Can you call your supervisor to the scene?
I am a supervisor.
I need another one.
Okay.
I need a lieutenant or somebody else.
Okay.
Actually, I'll go and do this type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so.
just curious.
I mean,
hey. Criminal activity, there's nothing to worry about.
So why are you asking for my ID then?
Because you're not answering me. And when you're not answering me, how do I know you're not filming this parking lot to come shoot it up?
It's called the Fifth Amendment, right?
So I can check on that if it's suspicious. And the part of that checking is to identify you. So if I can get
it's suspicious, a felony or misdemeanor.
Hi, sir. Again.
To make matters worse, another supervisor arrived on the scene and displayed even less understanding than the first officer.
Name, badge number?
Sergeant Forrester, 301.
All right, how you doing?
Good. How can I help you?
Well, he contacted me. He wanted my ID for no reason, so I need a supervisor to let him know that, you know, without any crime being committed, I don't have to present my ID.
Well, he actually got a call on you.
Well, what crime have I committed?
Well, anytime somebody calls in and reports suspicious activity,
It's suspicious of felony or misdemeanor.
it's neither one. But he asked.
Okay, thank you. So he said it was a misdemeanor. So now we have a conflict on which one it is.
We don't have a conflict at all. We have a conflict with
hold on,
you're acting,
whoa,
sir.
whoa.
It seemed as if the officer started to gang up on the poor guy, as one took him by surprise and escalated this simple situation.
Taping our parking lot in today's day and age, that's fine.
Whoa.
That's fine. You ain't got to whoa nothing.
Whoa. What's your name and badge number?
My badge number is 201. It's
Whoa.
Lieutenant Holcomb.
Whoa.
Holcombe. Now,
whoa.
let me have an ID.
This is the intimidation factor right here.
Let me have an ID, please.
What crime have I committed? What crime have I committed?
An ID.
What crime have I committed?
ID. You're gonna be failure to listen to a law enforcement officer ask you for an ID.
What crime have I committed?
An ID?
What crime have I committed?
Have you got an ID?
What crime have I committed?
Videotaping our parking lot and walking around the police
Is that a
department.
crime?
Yes, sir. Right now, in
It
the
is.
day and age that we're dealing with, yes, sir, it is a crime.
Wonder what this sergeant was talking about, as filming a public parking lot doesn't warrant a stop, let alone an arrest. However, just as the auditor tried to tackle him with words, this pig did the unthinkable.
What crime have I committed today?
Anytime there's a suspicious person,
is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
It's a. Let me see your ID. You got the count of three, or you're going to jail.
Now you gotta see, I got one hand on my camera.
One.
Whoa.
Two.
Don't shoot me.
You're under arrest.
Whoa.
Now under arrest.
Guess what? That's not a right. That's a right to stay in jail. That's a right to stay in jail. Because if we don't have an ID and name with everything, then you stay in jail until we figure out who you are. So you can tell us who you are, or you can stay in jail.
What crime have I committed?
You were interfering with the police.
What crime have I committed?
Interfering with the police. Yes, you were.
You guys came to approach me.
Yes, sir. And I asked you for an ID.
And what crime have I committed?
Interfering with the police.
What crime?
Interfering with the police.
What crime? For you suspended for
Listen to me. Listen to me, because I know you're not deaf.
I don't gotta listen to you.
Interfering with the police. Yes, you were.
I was not.
Pretty shocking, to say the least. The poor auditor was in handcuffs, and the cops proceeded to take him to the police station. The camera was still on, and we could hear these cops in the background.
Right here.
There you go.
Like I heard you say something.
What I'll do too is, because I don't know what's on the cell phone or what he's recording. I think that cell phone should go to that.
That may be a good idea.
He knows what he's doing.
That's a good idea. Get a talk with the detective, see if you get a search warrant, and download everything on it.
I'm sorry? I've got your phone.
Valentine was taken to the police station where he was booked but soon released. The video was soon released on the internet, and the public started talking about the corrupt practices in the police department. As a result, the police chief ended up resigning just a couple of months later. Next up, here is an idiot cop who soon got some quick karma after messing with the wrong auditor.
Sorry, no, you're trespassing right now. That's why I'm asking you what you're doing.
Trespassing on public property that I pay for?
Yes.
Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Yes, you can.
Barry Dave was walking past the South Padre Island Police Department's parking lot when he started recording the facility. That is when one of the tyrants came over and did something truly bizarre.
This morning she was itching all over.
Yes, sir. Sir. Sir, can we help you? How can I help you, sir?
You can go back to work. That's what I pay you to do, isn't it?
What's that?
Go back to work.
I'm sorry, no, you're trespassing right now. That's why I'm asking you what you're doing.
Trespassing on public property that I pay for?
Yes.
Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Yes, you can also take this.
Officer David Laird was the aggressor who put the auditor in handcuffs without even talking with him. At this point, these pigs have just completely lost it.
Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Yes, you can.
Take this. We find out who you are. Okay.
So what is it you're doing back here?
Hey guys.
Your phone is perfectly fine.
Hey
and
guys,
it's on still. See that?
go ahead and call.
Step over here.
Please.
We're talking to you. So step over here and tell us what you're doing back here. This is private property, and that's why we're asking you.
How can a police department be private property?
You have an ID with you.
How can a police department be
You have an
private
ID
property?
with you, sir.
Ma'am, did you turn my phone off?
You got a...
That's a violation of my First Amendment.
The auditor's Fourth Amendment and First Amendment rights had been violated, and things were about to worsen.
What's your full name and date of birth? What's your full name and date of birth?
Can I please talk to a supervisor?
What's your full name and date of birth?
You guys are working on getting a lawsuit. Can you
So listen, you're fixing to be arrested for failure to ID if you don't identify yourself.
That's a secondary charge. What's the primary
Do you understand?
charge? What's the primary
Do you
charge?
understand?
What's the primary charge, sir?
What is your name and date of birth?
Sir, what's the primary charge?
You are being detained right
I'm
now.
not going to answer anything. If I'm detained, then I don't have to talk to you. I like my lawyer, please.
Thank you.
And if I'm not detained, I'm free to go.
What is your name and date of birth then?
I like my attorney.
Just pat him down, make sure he doesn't have any weapons on him.
Seeing the situation escalate, a supervisor came out and got the incident report from Laird. In a matter of seconds, he was about to take the idiot cop to the cleaners.
He's back here walking by the units recording.
He's just recording the units?
Yeah. So he's just detained right now. I'll cut him loose, I don't mind, but...
First Amendment right, sir?
Huh?
Yeah, he's one of those. Really?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
No sign restricting me from coming back here, sir. Excuse me, sir, you the supervisor?
So.
You guys gonna let me go now?
Yeah, we'll let you go. Let's take him and walk him over there.
Can you please make sure my phone is still on? If you turn off my phone, I'll be filing a lawsuit against you for violating my First Amendment rights. That phone
Let's
is
take him
my
over.
record.
Cuffs off.
Can you please get my phone first? I want my phone to record this.
What do you need him?
That is my
I said
official
let's
record.
walk
You
him
cannot
over.
interfere with my First Amendment right. Please bring my phone back. Ma'am? Please record them taking my handcuffs off.
They're gonna take off the handcuffs.
You gonna calm the fuck down next time?
Oh, I'm very calm. I'm always calm.
You ran up and grabbed me, threw handcuffs on me.
Dave's anger was justified. After being humiliated by his sergeant, Officer Laird now had to face Dave's wrath.
For First Amendment,
I don't know what you're back here for.
You just got yourself in a world of shit.
Go ahead.
You don't need to know what I'm back here for.
Yeah.
What did I do, sir? What was your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I had committed a crime, was about to commit a crime, or had just committed a crime?
You're standing around walking back here recording us in our unit.
Oh, so that's against the law? Recording you is against the law. Did you hear that, guys? This was Officer... Sorry, what's your name and badge number?
David Laird.
Sorry?
David Laird.
Good, I'm going to get to know it very well.
Okay.
You'll be listed in the lawsuit.
You have that card for that other one?
Yeah.
Soon after this mess, the officers started to get inside the building, hanging their heads in shame. But Dave wasn't going to let the matter slide so easily.
They're already starting the cover up. I need everyone's badge. No, if I'm free to go, I'm free to stay. I need your name and badge number, sir. I need your name and badge number. I need your name and badge number. I need the sergeant out here. I need the lieutenant out here. Or I need the chief of police out here. You guys are not just going to walk away from this. I'm sorry. That officer fucked up big time. Where is he? Where's he or she? Sir, you look like a sergeant. Can you please come over here and talk to me? They're running away, guys, like a bunch of scared rats. Because they know they just stepped in it big time. Now they're just completely ignoring me. You guys are going to pay a lot for this. The city of South Padre Island is going to have to pay for this. Who's coming out to talk to me? They're all trying to ignore me, you guys. They're all trying to ignore me. They know they just stepped in it big time. Who's coming out to talk to me, sir? What? Who's coming out to talk to me?
I don't know, man. I just got here.
Okay, well, you just got here. Now you're in it too. Name and badge number. You should have stopped that officer. I warned him. I warned him that he was fucking up. Okay, guys, there it is. South Padre Island Police. They've all scattered like a bunch of scared rats because they know that they stepped in it big time. I was grabbed. I was roughed up. Okay? And,
None of the officers even dared to step out and have a conversation with the auditor. Dave stood by his word and proceeded to file a civil rights lawsuit against these tyrants and the city. It is still in progress, and we hope that he gets the compensation that he deserves. If you think this cop got the perfect humbling, you won't believe what happened to this next tyrant.
All I'm doing is asking for a form of identification so we can identify who he is. He's refusing.
Go to your first sergeant. Not a problem. Not a problem.
A First Amendment auditor was filming on the public sidewalk near the police station when officers, including Officer Fougere, approached and began to intimidate him.
If you want my name, I'll give you everything. Who are you?
I don't need to provide that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
If I'm asking you who you are and why you're videotaping our facility, you have to provide me with some kind of an identification. So do you have any identification?
To require identification under the law, you need to be able to articulate a crime that I'm about to commit or I have committed.
Okay. You're going around, you're videotaping our state police facility for no apparent reason, and if I'm asking you who you are, you have to provide me with identification.
I don't have to, no.
It's just like anything else.
No, it's not.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
In fact, your public information officer already has dealt with this here, and so has a few other officers, so...
I don't care who's dealt with it. I'm asking you for identification because I want to know who you are right now. Well, and I want to know what your reason is for videotaping our facility.
Well, first of all, Supreme Court has covered that filming out in public is perfectly legal.
I don't care what...
And that is not a suspicion of crime, so therefore you have no suspicion of crime.
Listen, you can cite whatever you want.
Right.
Why are you videotaping? That's what I'm asking right now.
I don't have to answer that.
The officer was a straight-up bully who had no clue about the law that he swore to protect. However, his sergeant appeared on the other side of the fence, and that is when he got the shock of his life.
Well, I want to see a form of identification, identifying who you are, why you're outside my facility right now videotaping us.
I don't have to provide that either.
Why not? Why do you feel like you do not have to perform any form of
Because that's the law.
No, it's not. If
yes,
you're out
is.
here and I want to know why you're videotaping our facility and you have to provide me some form of identification, you just can't come and walk away anytime you want and just come up with your things and fly them over our lot. I want to know who you are and why you're videotaping this right now.
You probably want to get a supervisor or somebody higher up.
Sure, here's my sergeant. He's coming out right now.
And he'll tell you.
Okay, no problem. Hey, Len. He was flying the drone out in front, videotaping. All I'm doing is asking for a form of identification so we can identify who he is. He's refusing.
Go to your first sergeant. Not a problem. Not a problem.
He can videotape as much as he wants. We don't have to get any form of identification.
He can videotape. Not a problem.
All right.
Okay. So you were wrong?
Huh?
You were wrong?
According to my sergeant, yes, I was.
So you learned something today. That's good.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll reach out to you. Have a good day.
The corrupt officer was humiliated, and he didn't even try to look back as he held his head in his hands and shamelessly walked past into his car.
You hear me? I can hear you.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Right now with the drones, there's a lot of this. I said sorry for the inconvenience. Right now with the drones, there's a lot of, I guess you could say, I wouldn't say misinformation, but it's an area that we're not used to dealing with. All right?
Well, that's apparent. I've dealt with your troopers already on this.
Yeah, I'm sure you have it. Not a problem. That's why I came out here. I saw that he was talking to you, so.
You probably should educate them a little bit more on it. It's going to be a more...
It's kind of an area that's new to everybody, and until they have legislation on it.
Which there is none.
Right. So sorry for the inconvenience, okay?
Alrighty, have a good one.
Moving on, this auditor truly turned on top as he had the courage to challenge these corrupt cops in their department.
You're not understanding. I'm disabled. You have no authority over me. You're not going to tell me what to do. You don't intimidate me.
You are no longer welcome in this.
Stop.
How?
Stop. I want to know what live. I want to know what live.
Stand up.
I am passively.
Police officers sometimes abuse their power, committing actions that ultimately lead to their downfall. Today we'll be looking at how these corrupt and evil police officers ended up unlawfully arresting a man who was only demanding his rights. On December 5th, 2024, First Amendment Auditor William Reynolds went over to Cheektowaga Police Department along with his wife to file a complaint against an officer who had assaulted him previously. Upon entering, he encountered Sergeant James Rutkowski.
Your body cams on? Yes, sir. Okay. Just a question that maybe you could answer, and I just want your opinion on it. I'm a big guy, right? Okay. Are you guys allowed to, like, you guys have to follow the same laws I do. The uniform, that badge doesn't give you extra rights or privileges, right? So if you put your hands on a citizen, a private citizen, without rights or without reason, and nothing is done, the lieutenant, I asked him in the office when he took me back to the day, I said, if I was to right now get up and shove you in the shoulder like Officer Grant shoved me, what would happen? He told me, I would laugh at you. Right then I should have crossed that desk. Right then I should have crossed that desk. When we come out this door, I asked him again, what would happen if I put my hands on you? I would laugh at you.
A few weeks ago, Reynolds arrived at a police stop where he was pushed and shoved by the officer on the scene. He tried to file a complaint against him, but the corrupt police department just shut him down.
He says, I'd laugh at you for being so stupid for getting arrested. That's entrapment. He also cursed at me. I can't get a lot of your officers to identify. I can't get the name of an officer I filed the complaint on because Hotchkiss says, well, we've put the complaint in, but I'm not going to tell you which of the 3 officers there cursed at you. Okay. Even though she knows. Okay. I was put on 941 paperwork.
I'm sorry, I'm on a
I'm just like, like I said, that's why I'm asking to speak to the captain of the chief.
Okay. I can.
I would love for you. All I need from you, let them know William Reynolds is here. He will be here until they come see me. Okay. If they don't come see me today, I'll be posting my videos online, and you guys can deal with the complaints and calls that you will get. Okay. Because, like I said, your lieutenant cursed at me, tried to entrap me.
Sergeant James was much more cordial than his peers earlier, and he gave the auditor ample time to convey his message. However, he made it clear that he won't be leaving without filing a complaint.
We'll video record everything.
I can do a couple things for you. I can. I think they're in an administrative meeting right now. I can leave a message for you. If you'd like, I can direct you to his phone.
You need an answer. I've already called him twice.
Okay.
They don't call me back. Okay. That's why I'm in person.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I'm allowed to sit in this lobby and record all I want. I'm allowed to talk to people that come in. I'm allowed to ask your staff things. I'm allowed to record your police. I'm going to ask why I've been pulled over for a plate blocker, for my plate being illegal, my plate holder being illegal. Okay. You guys have vehicles out in your private lot with toll blockers, front tinted windows, and he says, well, they're on a private lot, so I'm not going to ticket them. My next thing is I'm going to sit out in a lawn chair waiting for them to leave. I'm going to call 911 every time someone leaves. Okay. You guys are going to either hold yourselves accountable, you will either be the consequences for yourself, or I will be your consequences.
The sergeant told Reynolds that a police officer cannot be on the receiving end of a disorderly charge, and just because he wasn't present on the scene, he cannot make a statement on his conduct.
Like I said, if you want to go tell either Coons or Jarris that it's going to be a long day for them. Yeah, it's going to be a long day.
I'll pass the message along. I don't know what's on.
That's all I want, and you don't have to say anything else besides it will be a very long day, or it's going to be a difficult time until they come see me. And, and I'll be here until they do, and I'll keep calling, and I'll let other people call on my behalf. They can either stop this now and be men and come out here and talk to me, be adults, and hold their officers accountable for the bad things they do, the lies they tell. I appreciate passing on. I appreciate talking. Yeah, no problem. I get. When I came in and filed my complaint, I was told by the male officer, I should have gotten his name. He told me that I said I want your officer arrested or charged with disorderly conduct. I'm not going to charge one of my officers with disorderly conduct. We should have arrested you for like 80 times. Arrest me.
Reynolds continued to make a claim and refused to be intimidated by the higher-ups of the police department. It is good to see how auditors like him make sure to stick up for their rights.
He needs to get a disorderly conduct violation. Do slow interference is physical, correct? And it's physical, right? Interference. If you charge me with interference, it has to be a physical. My words are not interference, right? Me just being there is not interference. Your officer having to take his attention away from his call is not interference.
When you say interference, you mean like a specific a criminal charge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interfering with an officer's duty.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I apologize.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Typically, it is. I mean.
So me just talking and being there, that's interference?
If I can't speak for that situation.
No. Yeah. In general. So that's all I'm asking, yes or no? Interference has to be physical, right?
I mean, again, we can go hypotheticals all day.
It's not hypothetical. In the statute, does it say it has to be physical?
It doesn't say physical, no. So if you're, and interference, let me kind of push on that. That is not a quote-unquote charge that we have here. Are you referring to obstruction?
I'm sorry. Yes, that's what it is.
Reynolds was also charged with interference with a crime scene, as he was only recording a traffic stop from a safe distance. Now, it is clear that some cops just hate being filmed, and the police department seems deeply corrupt.
If I'm trying to investigate a situation, if I have somebody in the middle of the situation who's uninvolved,
you can put up tape. That's the beautiful part.
Screaming, yep. Could put up tape.
You can put up. Let's not use that.
Yeah.
Screaming is your addition. The chief and the captain,
William, right?
William.
And then Patricia, yeah. Patricia, I'm sorry.
And let them know William Reynolds. They know who I am. Like guaranteed.
Okay. I'll pass the message along.
This will not stop until my needs are met. This will not stop. I can be here every day. I can record. I will protest. Y'all can hold yourself accountable, or I will do it. Like when I ask for an officer for charges to be filed against an officer, and they tell me they won't do it, I'm asking you to file charges. You're an officer. That's what you do. You don't get to decide whether, I'm not going to do it. I asked you to file charges, right? It should have been done, correct?
I can't speak for that. If you let me.
As an officer, right now, I am asking you to file charges against the officer that swore at me for disorderly conduct, and I want charges for disorderly conduct against Officer Slavotinsky for cursing at me in his office.
Yeah. Would I file charges against Lieutenant Slavotinsky or that other person? I wouldn't. I would generate a report. I would generate a complaint of some sort. But me personally not being involved in the situation.
Once again, Sergeant Jack is on point. According to the law, an officer must be present at the scene to charge another officer with a crime, and they must have witnessed it firsthand. Staying professional, the sergeant patiently explains this to Reynolds once again.
So specifically for disorderly conduct, it being a violation in New York State, unless
anything that is caused to disturb or alarm. I was alarmed that he would call me while he is on the job. I am alarmed. I am letting you know the circumstances. I would like Slavotinsky, and I'd like the body cam footage to be seen, and I'd like your other officers cited with disorderly conduct. Just say we don't need to go back and forth more. Are you going to cite them? Yes or no?
Me personally, I wouldn't review that situation, sir, because I don't think it happened on my shift. Number one,
it doesn't matter. You're a police officer. A statute was broken. I would like Black Chief, who was on today. I know he's on because I saw your paperwork. I want him to come down. He was there. I'd like him to issue the citation.
Now, it is rare to see cops holding each other accountable, and this case seems no different. However, the sergeant finally agreed to call back the officers from the traffic stop who made the unlawful arrest.
I'm asking you for the sergeant that was there, that showed up on scene, and heard your officer curse at me.
I think with the complaint that you have, if they address that further today with you, I would address it with either Captain Gervais or the Chief of Police, whoever speaks to you.
Okay.
But as far as me filing charges, or Sergeant Black Chief filing charges against an officer...
But I'm just going off of you gave me a bunch of reasons why you wouldn't or couldn't, and I'm giving you reasons why that guy can. And they're the exact reasons why you said you couldn't.
I'm not trying to speculate or argue with you.
Me neither. I just want to know that if someone wants to file a disorderly conduct charge with you, that you're telling me because you weren't there, you won't file it. I'm not asking you to be judge, jury, or a lawyer. I'm asking you to file a charge and let the judge and them decide. You have body cam. If it didn't happen, then he walks free, right?
It would definitely go up.
It's good to know that no matter what happens, they will not file charges against their officers. They will not hold each other accountable at the time things happen.
Shortly after, another officer appeared and started to intimidate the poor auditor, almost threatening him to leave the place as their routine tasks were being mishandled.
To be clear, I want you to be clear with what's going on with me here. I'm not leaving. I'm not trespassing. I'm broken the law.
What I'm telling you is, if you disrupt the normal operations of our police station, you will be...
How so? How would I be disrupting? Let me know so I don't do it.
If our dispatchers can't sit here and conduct their work with you without you disrupting them,
hold
then
on.
officers will be arrested.
Sit there?
Okay? And you need
I didn't disrupt them there. How did I disrupt them there?
You need to have a legitimate purpose for being here.
I am. I would like to see the captain or the chief.
They're not available. You will not see them.
I will sit here all day, and I'll come back tomorrow, and I'll come back every subsequent day until they see me. You're not understanding. I'm disabled. You have no authority over me. You're not going to tell me what to do. You don't intimidate me. You understand that?
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
So we can get the chief.
I want to be very clear.
Who are you? Please identify. Captain Schmidt. Let's get some.
Perfect. We are not going to continue in this pattern.
You are interrupting the flow of our operation.
You would let me know how I'm interrupting. I would like to know how I'm interrupting.
Reynolds shut down the first officer with a solid response, but then Captain Schmidt stepped in, doubling down on lies to force him off the property, threatening arrest for trespassing.
Listen, because I need you to hear this. All of your complaints are closed. If you're dissatisfied with how they've been dealt with, you can follow up with the Attorney General's office. That is your remedy. If you're further dissatisfied with how you've been treated, you may follow a lawsuit, get yourself an attorney and do that. What we are not going to do is we're not going to have you sit in our front lobby. We have a duty.
You can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it, Captain Schmidt.
We have a
duty. You can't do anything about it, Captain.
Lobby open for the other members of our town to come in and file reports.
You're 100%
for
right.
victims of crime to come in, for people to come in.
Is this a public lobby? It is on the onus of you to create privacy. You don't want to talk to me, bro. I know more than you. I know more than you. I know more than you.
I just want you to understand what I'm saying.
Are you going to arrest me if I don't think? Are you going to arrest me if I don't think?
Yes. Yes.
You might want to put the cuffs on me right now. Put the cuffs on me right now. I'm not leaving. I am protesting. I am in your lobby protesting.
So I want to be clear.
First Amendment right.
No legitimate
First Amendment right.
You are creating a disturbance.
Where?
I have a question. There's other people in our operation.
One person now. There's one person here. What disturbance?
He's the mailman.
He's the mailman.
I'm their mailman too.
Yeah.
Right? Thank you.
The captain claims that filing a report against an officer is disruptive and affects the entire department. Tensions escalate quickly, and what happens next will leave you stunned.
Arrest me or get the hell out of my
How was a complaint?
Right now you can stand up.
No, I'm not. So you can arrest me.
You refuse to leave, you are going to be arrested
For what? I have to break the law in public for you to arrest me.
You are no longer welcome in this area.
Why? I'm First Amendment. Is it a First Amendment right to
cause us to interrupt the flow of our operation?
How? What did I? Okay.
Our front desk lobby is now closed because of your attitudes, because of your actions, because
They've never been out here.
Yeah, I asked.
I feel safe being at the front desk with you.
That's not my problem. If you don't feel safe, then you should be a cop.
Okay.
So are you buying both?
So this is.
Let me ask you a question.
You can leave, or you can be arrested for trespass. You are no longer welcome in this lobby.
Slap mom. I want to know what live. I want to know what.
Stand up.
I am passively aggressing.
Stand up and turn around. You are
under arrest. He's twisting my wrist. He's twisting my wrist.
You are under arrest.
Okay.
Despite his resistance, Reynolds is handcuffed and arrested for trespassing in a public place. Now, it is shocking how these corrupt cops go to such lengths to cover their tracks.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want you to get hurt.
How can you say a complaint was closed that was never filed?
How do you feel rough there being with me?
How can you say a complaint was closed that was never filed? We are here to file the complaint and you're saying it's already closed.
You are under arrest for trespass.
Well, why did I break the I did not. I have to break the law. I have to break the law, sir.
Take that up in court.
Okay.
You have to wait out here.
The officer's failure to handle a simple complaint was disturbing, leading to Reynolds' illegal arrest. Meanwhile, Miss Reynolds kept recording, relentlessly questioning Captain Schmidt and calling him out for breaking the law.
You're no longer accepting complaints from my husband.
So, and I would be very clear on this, so there is no confusion. Every time we have...
Wait, I need you to say we are no... Okay.
I'm going to build to that point, so I'm going to say it very articulately, so there's no confusion. Every time we deal with your husband, that is a targeted attempt, in our estimation, for him to complain about our officers. Every time we have an interaction with him, what follows is another complaint. We have adjudicated complaint after complaint after complaint. We are not going to continue to entertain this behavior. We are not going to continue to use our manpower and our resources to focus on one person who is trying to interact with the police to make complaints. We're not going to.
Now you wonder what else somebody is supposed to do when the officers investigate themselves and prove that they are innocent. At this point, Reynolds must sue the department and the officers involved to seek justice.
If they were not calling my husband an if they were not lying to both of us, we wouldn't be in this situation.
So there are other avenues for him, as I already explained earlier. He can go to the Attorney General's office if he believes we're not handling these complaints seriously, if we're not investigating them fully. He can file a lawsuit. Those are avenues to him that are legal avenues. Once we're at the point where I say you have no legal purpose in this building any longer and you are interfering with their operations and you need to leave, at that point, he had to leave.
Because you came out saying the complaint was filed and closed.
Yeah, so,
but we hadn't even filed it yet.
Is we're not just going to continue to do, okay, that complaint's closed, I'm doing a new complaint. Well, I don't like the way they talk to me, it's a new complaint.
Reynolds was arrested and there have been no updates regarding the status of this case. However, we hope that he ends up taking legal action against these officers. Now, while these cops did the unthinkable, this next tyrant made the worst decision of his career.
Sit out! No. You sit out! Get on the ground!
On October 27, 2024, resident Lich Vu was driving with his wife when he had a minor collision on the road. An officer who had seen this quickly pulled him over and went over to confront him.
Whenever you complete a U-turn,
I didn't U-turn.
hold on. Whenever you complete a U-turn, you're supposed to be as far to that corner as possible. Okay?
Yes, that means they have another car in front of her. That's why, I cannot parking behind her.
Okay, well, you are required to go as far away you're not supposed to be between any cars. You're supposed to be against that curb line. I need you to sign with your finger. It's not an admission of guilt. You're just signing saying you'll take care of the citation for a ticket. You're promising saying that you'll take care of it at a later date, whether that be in court or if you take care of it outside of court.
Mr. Vu could have just simply signed a ticket and moved on. Instead, he stepped out of his vehicle, catching the officer off guard. He had no idea how quickly things would escalate.
I don't think that you're understanding what I'm saying here, okay?
I understanding. I told you. The car, the front of her can hurt to the and she didn't turn.
Whenever you make a U-turn,
I didn't make a U-turn.
Sorry, let me clarify, okay? Whenever you enter a little intersection thing like that, you are not allowed to go side by side next to a car. Okay? You have to go behind vehicles.
Hey, you are the police.
Yes.
So you know.
Okay.
How many cars?
We are done, sir. No, we're done arguing about this. Okay.
I don't think so.
We are not. We are not arguing about this, okay?
I want to show you.
We argue in court. We argue in court.
The individual in question was a 70-year-old man, and he was becoming restless with each passing moment.
We don't argue on the side of the road. We argue in court. Yes, that's how it works. Because if not, if you don't sign this, you go to jail. Okay? I don't want to take you to jail.
I'm ready to go to jail.
You ready to go to jail?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay, that involves impounding your car too. Okay.
We stay here waiting for go to here. We not U-turn.
Okay, it doesn't matter about a U-turn or what. That lane,
and I heard she hit us.
The officer decided to do something stupid instead of calmly de-escalating the matter.
You see where that car's at? Whenever you enter that area, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to leave any space at all. You're not supposed to leave any space at all.
You see that two car?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I am the top
way
car.
Where your vehicle was located, your vehicle is not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
No. See, sir. No. Call an ambulance. I need the ambulance.
Yeah, I'm gonna call an ambulance.
Look at his face.
The corrupt officer showed no regard for the elderly man's age, slamming him face first onto the concrete. Now, here's another angle of that shocking incident.
Your vehicle was located, your vehicle is not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
No. See, sir.
Mr. Vu was rushed to the hospital with a brain bleed and remains hospitalized. Meanwhile, the officer has been placed on administrative duty. The case will now go to the Oklahoma County District Attorney, who will decide whether to file criminal charges against the officer. Now that brings us to the end of this video. Today we saw corrupt officers committing outrageous and unlawful acts. These tyrants must be held accountable for repeatedly abusing their power. Hopefully they face charges and lose their positions for good. And if you agree with me, please support us by liking this video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, watch the moments where these corrupt cops were owned and humbled in court.
You told me this is a court that's got nothing to do with you. Starting there, we're going to be back and you're going to be going to jail.